to be with you for the midweek message, and I just want to share shortly with you on dealing with the unexpected. And every single pastor's got a story of where something happened during the message that he had to deal with, and often it's difficult to deal with these things because either you're shocked or you want to laugh, but you got a room full of people and you got to act appropriately. And we were having a Sunday service, and you get those moments where people are absolutely absorbed with a message, and God's busy working in them, and you as a pastor know, look here, just keep the people here. This is where the deep work is being done. And it was on a Sunday during such a moment that the unexpected happened. Now, I can't mention names, so I want to save the story for when that young lady gets married one day. She'll probably kill me, but in this moment, my voice had sort of died down, and the timing was impeccable. Out of nowhere. At first, I must admit, I didn't have a clue where it had come from. I first thought it was the front row. I can even remember who was sitting there because I thought it was them. But out of nowhere, I can't use the common term for this. Let's just say a large volume of pressurized gas was instantaneously released from a part of the body known to everyone, and it caused quite an uproar. It was similar, I would assume, to the reaction that the people had when Lazarus, who was dead, walked out of the tomb. It would have been the same sort of shock and awe, like, what? I heard this noise. Like I said, I wasn't sure where it come from. So the first thing I do is I look at the person to my front and to the right, and he sees me looking at him, and he thinks it's me. And so he's shaking his head, and I'm trying to keep my laughing. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Like, what's up, dude? How could you do that? And he's like shaking his head. So I start scanning the room, and everyone's looking around, trying to figure out where this noise came from. And it must have been to a particular part of the church because everyone's sort of looking over there. Now you can imagine how those people sitting in that vicinity must have felt like, oh my Lord, I think that was me. Or you're like, wasn't me, must have been him. And you're going red because you know people think you're the guilty one, and you know you're innocent. And so I'm trying to, in this moment, compose myself, because I must keep calm. I can't start laughing because then everyone will start laughing, and try to play it down. But people are looking at each other, and this family that was sitting there, they all looking at each other. Man, what do you do when the unexpected happens? Like I said, had to keep my composure. My natural reaction would have been to burst out laughing. I mean, it was hilarious. Come on, you got to admit it. Can you imagine the silence, this moment, and then brrr. It was funny. You know what happened afterwards? We found out, because I really thought this was an adult, and it was an adult who was seriously sick. They had to go see a doctor immediately. We found out it was I can't remember if she was 2 or 3 years old at that stage, but it was this innocent little baby girl. It didn't sound all that innocent, and it didn't sound like anything that could have come out of a baby. But it did. Don't know what her mama fed her, but stop doing that. It was an hilarious moment. but yet a moment that teaches us a lesson. How do we deal with the unexpected? And you get to choose how you respond to unexpected things. And we've had a lot of unexpected things happen to us, and they're continuing to happen. And we get to choose our response. Do we respond to this unexpected lockdown, this unexpected loss of income, this unexpected pressure on relationships? Do we respond in faith, in doubt, in fear? Or do we respond in faith and say, God, ultimately, you are in control and you're going to turn all of this to the good. Somehow, Lord, I don't know. To me, this is unexpected, but it's not to you. And I choose in this moment, Lord, to rely on you. And I pray that that is your response to this unexpected situation. When life is making a noise like happened in that moment, you can laugh, you can show faith, or you can run, and you can try to hide, you can be fearful, but I pray that you be faithful, because God is with you, and He loves you, and He's never going to leave you, and He's never going to forsake you. Thank you for listening. Do what we always ask you to do. Share this, like the page, follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube. But before you all do all of that, first, say thank you to Jesus for all that you've got. We love you. Have a good one.